Hello, and welcome back to the first QU All Access episode of the Spring 2016 semester. I'm Ryan Snyder, and joining me today is the new face of QU TV, my co-anchor, Darek Lambert.
Thank you, Ryan. On this week's episode, we'll give you the latest on a messy situation in the Health and Fitness Center
And the anniversary of an important date in QU's history. We begin with some breaking news. Students at Quincy University Hawks Hangout experienced quite a shock around mid-morning on February 4th. A maintenance worker performing routine maintenance in the attic suddenly fell partway through the ceiling, causing tile and debris to fall below. EMTs did arrive on the scene. They did arrive on the scene after the fall, however, no reports of serious injuries have been recorded. The Hawks Hangout has been a hot spot on campus for several years. It is often full of students coming and going. Rumors have been swirling about the possibility of the Hawks Hangout moving, so QU All Access went looking for the fate of the Hawks Hangout.
The Hawks Hangout, University Center, or UC, it goes by many different names. This popular dining site has been a hit with Quincy University students for a number of years. The grill, deli line, and various combinations of drinks and easy-to-grab food, and prime location are just a few reasons for the popularity. Students walking to and from class pass by the Hawks Hangout every day, and it is very rare to see the seats empty during their operation hours. Students who enjoy to spend their free time in the Hawks Hangout eating a meal, conversing with other students, or even getting some homework done. It also provides for another option for students who want to get breakfast or lunch at a different location other than the recently renovated cafeteria. It has also been a prime spot for commuter students who need to kill some time in between classes. Despite rumors of changes in the location, Chris Blakeman, director of Chartwells, reassured that Quincy has no plans to move the Hawks Hangout, but the university is always looking to make changes to improve the campus. Students have been very pleased with the establishment, and we spoke to several about their thoughts on the Hangout.
I think the UC is a great place to just kind of hang out, and you can do homework if you got time between classes, if you need to pick up a quick snack because you're busy the rest of the day. It's just a really convenient place for college kids to get something to eat.
I really enjoy the fact that it's very convenient for people on the go that just need a quick bite to eat between classes. And then, for athletes, you don't have very much time in between classes, so it's just a nice thing to get snacks or something there.
The three-court area at the Health and Fitness Center is currently under construction as the courts are being dried out after a recent sprinkler break. QU All Access reporter Evan Powell has more on the story.
The Health and Fitness Center's three-court area is used by students, faculty, and area sports teams. Due to recent damage, Quincy University has closed down the courts until further notice, according to Assistant Athletic Director Mike Davis.
A couple weeks ago, we had a ball was kicked and broke one of the sprinkler heads. Fluke accident. It was not intentional. It was just unfortunately one of those things that can occur. When it hit the sprinkler head, it did break it, and that unleashed the water onto the court area.
Even though the water damage was completely accidental, the process to repair the courts is difficult.
So at this point, we're drying the courts and working with our insurance partners to make the next step forward from there. So it's just the drying process is in process as we speak.
The repairs process isn't the only difficult task on Mike Davis's schedule. He has had to use limited court space for others in need of the three-court area for practice and for other activities.
It's made it challenging because you go from 4 courts, counting Pepsi Arena, to 1, and of course this is our busiest time of year, not only for our own sports but for the outside community. So we've had to really shuffle people around, and we've had people in here at 5 in the morning, and some days just to make it work.
The three-court area at the Health and Fitness Center could be open in a matter of days or months. For more detailed information on this developing story, pick up the next issue of The Falcon. For QU TV, I'm Evan Powell.
With the recent loss of MAP grant funding, students may be trying to find different ways to finance their college education. Many may think that taking out students' loans could be the answer, but there may be another solution. The USA Today college site recently posted the 10 best sites to search for college scholarships, including a short description of each site. There are several possibilities for students to potentially find an alternative way to pay for the ever-rising cost of college. For additional information on these scholarships, look up college.usatoday.com.
The first Sunday of February has a very special meaning to football fans everywhere, as it signals the arrival of Super Bowl Sunday. The Carolina Panthers take on the Denver Broncos in the 50th anniversary of the big game. We asked students what they think about the upcoming game.
I think I want the Panthers to win. It's been a while since they've been there. I like Ron Rivera. Plans, just watch it with some buddies, get some chicken wings, some good food, eat a lot.
I want the Panthers to win because of Cam Newton. He's number one. And because of the dad.
I want the Panthers to win. Why? Because I've been a Panthers fan for about 3.5 years now, and I really think they deserve it. You know, they worked hard all off season.
Oh man, I'm split. I like Peyton Manning, and I hope he can end on a high note. But I like the Panthers too. I like Cam Newton, so hopefully it'll be a good game. Just like I think everyone's just hoping for a good game. So
I want the Panthers to win, just because I like how Cam Newton plays with such great energy.
Personally, I'm a big fan of the commercials every year, so hopefully those don't disappoint. Students looking for love received a little advice earlier this week. David Coleman, who is known as the dating doctor, spoke to students Monday in Pepsi Arena about how to have positive relationships. With Valentine's Day right around the corner, he gave students advice on how to treat people who mean the most to you. Coleman described the stages of a breakup, clues that you're being cheated on, how to have a long-distance relationship, and how to deal with different situations. And speaking of Valentine's Day, QU All Access will be on campus this week asking you what you think of the holiday, and we'll air your responses in next week's episode.
The Iowa caucus is in the books. Find out what's next for presidential candidates.
And later, we'll catch you up on what's happening in spring sports. You're watching QU All Access.
The future of the program is very bright. It's an exciting time on QU campus because we have QU TV. We have a television station where students can experience working as a director, an anchor, a reporter, photographer, doing weather, doing sports. We also have a newspaper where students can report, be photo editors, be executive editors. We've got a lot of opportunity there working on the student newspaper. We also provide students with the opportunity to do magazine articles with heavy research and giving them a little bit more time to expand on articles and do some in-depth investigative work. Moving forward, it's exciting because all of the skills they learn in every avenue will translate into what we have in the future, and web writing and mobile writing and all of our distribution platforms. We have an incredible opportunity to grow the department, to grow the program, and to grow students into excellent journalists.
Well, my first thought was, Brother Ed has set us up. He's got someone hiding in there. They're getting ready to jump out of the curtain and scare us, but yeah, there was no one else there, and I couldn't explain it. It's just one of those phenomenon.
I've always been a skeptic, and I've always thought that there was a rational explanation for all things like that, but being there when that all happened, we didn't have a rational explanation for why that happened.
There was. Did you hear it?
Oh my
Can I?
Oh gosh, wait, did you see that?
Earlier we told you what students thought of Super Bowl 50.
Now we take a look at some of the Super Bowl's biggest fans. There's a very exclusive club getting ready to attend the Super Bowl in California on Sunday. They've attended every single Super Bowl. CNN's Mike Schumann introduces us to one of them.
76-year-old Larry Jacobson was one of the first Super Bowl volunteers to check out his official uniform.
I'm ready to get to work right now.
Larry is spending this week helping tourists find their way around San Francisco, but Sunday he'll be at Levi Stadium watching the game with a very exclusive club.
How many original members of the Never Miss a Super Bowl Club?
We had 5.
5.
Now we're down to 3.
Larry started as a diehard 49er fan. He's had season tickets for 63 years. Then in 1967, he decided to take a date to Los Angeles to see the first Super Bowl.
It was a $100 investment, including tickets and airfare and rent a car and food. But she wasn't impressed with football, and she wasn't impressed with me.
Larry gave up on the woman, but not the game, and he developed a special talent.
As anybody who knows me knows, I don't know a damn thing about football. I know how to get tickets, so that's my thing.
50 years later, Larry's house is full of Super Bowl memorabilia.
You have all the programs here.
This is Super Bowl 16.
Ah, I remember that one. I may have a Super Bowl ring, but Larry's one up on me. This is the first official Super Bowl 50 ball handed to him straight off the press at the factory in Ohio.
And then Larry Jacobson. Got your own name on a football. I don't even have my name on a football anywhere, Larry.
Larry first met the other men who had never missed a Super Bowl 16 years ago. Now they get together and swap stories every year.
All right, this is number 50. This would be a good number to wrap it up, say, hey, I'm done.
Well, no, you know what? The NFL's treating us so well for Super Bowl 50, I'm now aiming for 100.
76-year-old Larry J.
Political agendas become stronger as the presidential election date nears.
Fresh off his victory in Iowa.
The presidential candidates are in New Hampshire ahead of next Tuesday's primary. CNN's Andrew Spencer has the details.
Fresh off his victory in Iowa, Ted Cruz is embracing his momentum.
Conservatives all across the state of Iowa came out and stood together, and they put the country on notice that the media is not going to pick the next Republican nominee.
A dig aimed at Donald Trump, who accused Cruz via Twitter of fraud and stealing the Iowa caucuses. Trump wants either a new election or to have the results nullified. Meanwhile, the GOP field of candidates continues to narrow. Rand Paul announced he was pulling out of the race today after a fifth-place showing in Iowa.
It has been a privilege to give voice to the liberty movement in this race, and I believe we have broadened the debate by being part of it.
Two Republican sources tell CNN Rick Santorum will also end his campaign Wednesday night. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders will be grilled by New Hampshire voters in tonight's CNN town hall meeting in Derry. They'll also face off tomorrow night in a traditional debate, which almost didn't happen. Sanders threatened to pull out unless the Clinton camp agreed to 3 more debates. Clinton agreed to 2 in Michigan and California, but not in her home state of New York.
I am a little bit amazed that Secretary Clinton does not want to have a debate in the state that she represented.
I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Although many people take the presidential campaigns very seriously, one Iowa boy had a very different agenda. When Hillary Clinton faced the audience to claim victory in Iowa, someone had been making faces behind her to try and steal the show. Who was that guy with stickers all over him? CNN's Jeannie Moose caught up with the sticker boy.
I'm sure Hillary Clinton wanted the audience to chew over her speech.
And we have to be united.
But maybe not quite so literally. What are the different nicknames you've had?
Gotten Sticker Boy, Sticker Man, Idiot. That's a popular one.
18-year-old Peter Clinkscales masticated throughout Hillary's speech.
An incredible honor.
The Drake University freshman bopped his neck.
That we have the opportunity we do now.
What looked like a sneeze into his arm was actually a dance move called the dab.
To have a real contest of ideas.
The only idea Peter had was to mess around after he and a friend managed to seat themselves right behind the candidate.
And I noticed that there were a lot of cameras pointed at me and just started goofing around.
And viewers couldn't look away. Can we all just agree that #StickerKid is the one to bring our nation together?
We have to be united.
Peter's not a Hillary fan. Though he once posed with Bernie Sanders, he's not passionate about any candidate. And instead of bothering to caucus, he came here to fool around. Making fish faces behind Hillary Clinton on national TV, I bet he faced the wrath of his parents when he got home around 1 in the morning.
My dad was on the computer just laughing at everything that was happening. He was like, "You're so stupid."
And when the speech ended, Peter danced. Mashable tweeted, "The MVP of Hillary's speech is clearly Dancing Sticker Guy, who joked about selling his leftover Hillary stickers for college tuition. The dance gesture he made is the move of the moment. Even Hillary has attempted it.
And then you dab.
Behind her back, Hillary hasn't been had, she's been dabbed. Jeannie Moose, CNN, New York."
The viral video of Sticker Boy isn't the only thing spreading across the United States. The Zika virus is spreading rapidly, posing a future threat to as many as 63% of the U.S. population, according to one model. And now it's being spread not just by mosquitoes, but also through sexual contact. Reed Binion reports.
The clusters of microcephaly and other neurological complications constitute an extraordinary event.
World Health Organization Director General Margaret Chan declaring a public health emergency this week in the evolving threat of the Zika virus, now present in at least 24 countries as it sweeps through Central and South America northward to the U.S. The virus is spread by mosquitoes, one species in particular.
This is a nasty mosquito. This is the one. This is Aedes aegypti.
The Aedes aegypti mosquito, the primary carrier of Zika, is known only to exist in certain parts of the U.S., but apparently mosquitoes aren't the only concern.
Dallas County Health and Human Services has received confirmation of a Zika case associated with acquiring locally.
The CDC confirming Tuesday that the first case of Zika acquired inside the United States was transmitted sexually.
We have received confirmation that it's spread otherwise through sexual activity.
Zika has been linked to a birth disorder in newborns that results in babies born with abnormally small heads, causing severe developmental issues and sometimes death. Those mothers sometimes left to discover they have the virus only after the damage to their unborn children is already done. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Coming up, we'll take a look into this week's weather forecast.
And why this week holds a special meaning in QU's history. We'll be right back.
It isn't a building. It isn't an arena or field. It isn't a classroom. It's a friendship. It's the bonds you form. It's an opportunity. It's the experience. It's a cute thing. Schedule your visit today.
QUTV is more than a news outlet.
1 in 5 undergrads work at least 35 hours a week, year-round.
Students involved with QUTV learn life lessons, create lasting memories, and gain the experience needed to succeed in future careers. Students need to be involved with QUTV as a viewer or as a participant because we need to know what's going on around our campus. Knowledge is powerful, and QUTV News serves to inform not only the students, but the Quincy University community as a reliable and powerful news network.
Yes. Growing up, I had one deaf friend, and that was the only deaf person I knew before coming to school here at QU. And now I regularly get to hang out and socialize with the deaf community, which has been awesome. Sign language isn't exactly like learning another spoken language because you use your body, facial expressions, your hands are your instruments. So it is definitely learning a new language. It has its own grammar and syntax and everything. It's not exactly like English like a lot of people think it is.
While we've had some pretty bizarre warm weather this winter, it doesn't look like we're in the clear just yet.
That's right, Derek. The groundhog did not see his shadow this year, which means springs could be coming a little bit early. However, Quincy may not have gotten that memo quite yet. We now toss to Lainey Wade, who has an extended look into next week's weather forecast. Lainey?
Well, last week was absolutely beautiful with the weather, especially this past weekend. This weekend, we can expect to be a little normal than usual. Looking at Friday, the clouds are going to be around, but our high is going to reach 37. Moving into Saturday, we warm up some more as the sun is out and shining with a high near 43. And then wrapping up our weekend on Sunday. Now, there is a slight chance for snow. However, with the temperature reaching a high of 46, I doubt that it will stick around for too long. You may see some flurries here and there, but I wouldn't expect it to be a full snowstorm. Now, on Monday, we do have another chance for snow, And it may stick this time considering our high is going to reach 31. Tuesday, our temperature is going to drop and it's going to be a quite chilly 20, and we'll have the clouds around, so no sunshine there, so it's going to be a little cold. Then on Wednesday, the sun comes out, but it only warms it up 3 degrees as our high reaches a near 23. Then on Thursday, the clouds come back out. However, we do see a little bit of a warm up from Tuesday to Thursday as we reach a high near 29. So the weather, our weekend's going to be really nice if you can get out and if you want to do stuff outside. This weekend would probably be better than the rest of the week. And that wraps it up for this Hawks Weekly Forecast. I'm Lainey Wade. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Lainey. Life at Quincy University, or life in general, can become quite stressful. Thankfully, QU All Access reporter Evan Powell is here with a few life hacks that can make your day a little bit easier. Evan?
Hey everyone, I'm Evan Powell with your weekly college hacks each week. I'll be here on QU All Access to attempt to make your lives a little easier, one hack at a time. As some of you may already know, shopping online for school can be strenuous on you and your finances. From purchasing books for class to buying items for your dorm room, Amazon.com can help. As an Amazon student member, you will receive a 6-month free trial that includes free 2-day shipping. This membership offers exclusive deals and discounts, unlimited photo storage from Prime Photos, and unlimited streaming of movies and music playlists. After your trial ends, you are eligible to receive 50% off of Amazon Prime and its benefits. Staying online here with your hacks, do you have a personal laptop computer? Well, there is a cheaper way to get your homework done. Instead of paying for a subscription to Microsoft Office, Google offers its own applications that are free to use. Google offers docs, sheets, and slides that are similar to Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. This could be more convenient because these are offered through a Gmail account. This also works with your QU email, and the apps are available for you to use. This information came from Google.com. Now, switching gears now, did you know there's an inexpensive way to watch movies on campus? No need to rent movies from the store or subscribe to the internet, streaming sites like Netflix and Hulu any longer. Brenner Library offers a collection of movies and television shows that range from new releases to classics. Students can save money and watch movies without leaving campus. All you need to do is rent these movies is your student ID. Thanks for watching this week's hacks, and be sure to tune in next week for more, exclusively on QU All Access. Back to you, Ryan and Darek.
February 6th marks a very special day in the history for Quincy University. 156 years ago, QU began classes with a class of just 50 students. QU was originally built with a church, friary, and school for seminarians could receive their education for priesthood. However, the school was open to laymen wanting to take classes. Tuition was free in the opening class, as one of the friars responsible for opening the school covered any expenses that arose. It is because of the generosity of a merchant donating the land and a bishop looking for a school that Quincy University opened its doors to become the school it is today. A few years ago, the celebration of the 150th anniversary of QU, Assistant Professor of Communication, Travis Yates, produced a short video that documents the storied history of the university. You can watch QU's history unfold by visiting QU TV's Facebook page, and we'll post the video there.
Coming up, we welcome QU TV's new sports director.
That's right, and she has all the latest on signing day. We'll be right back.
Join me, Coach Marty Bell, head basketball coach of the Quincy University Hawks, live from Chicks on the River every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. or on ESPN 1440 for the Coach Marty Bell Show. Hear from our coaches and players as Ben and I recap the previous games and preview our upcoming opponents. Grab your friends and family and come out to Chicks on the River for a great meal and meet the Hawks. QU men's basketball, Chicks on the River, and ESPN 1440, a winning combination. And as always, it truly is.
Welcome back. QU TV Sports Director Carly Bettencourt now joins us to catch up on what's happening this semester in the sports world. Welcome, Carly.
Thanks, Ryan. Glad to be here. Thursday was a big day for the Hawks football team with National Signing Day. Coach Tom Padgett announced the football program will be welcoming 44 incoming players. According to Padgett, the recruits will not only serve as depth for this team's upcoming season, but will also bring some immediate impact players. The main recruiting focus was defense, and with the help from incoming players like safety D.T. Christensen and corner Chris Cawley, those concerns have been swept away.
We're very excited about 2016 campaign. Our guys are working tremendously hard in everything that we're doing, and adding this recruiting class of student athletes that have signed with us today on National Signing Day, more pieces are added to the puzzle.
Another major addition is running back Anthony Riley. He is expected to be a great addition along with returners Chris Harris and Darius Burse. With the amount of recruits coming in, the idea is to build strength not only for this upcoming season, but for many more to come. Coach Padgett and the Hawks are looking forward to several exciting years at the Rock. The football program isn't the only one experiencing change. Quincy University welcomed the women's swim team with an updated pool area to meet their competitive needs. With the addition of Quincy University's swim team, a more competitive style pool needed to be acquired.
There have been a lot of changes this year with the facility. We've seen a lot of upgrades, making the pool more competitive. We've added lane lines, we've added new starting blocks, and we've also added a scoreboard in this year, which again has really just changed the appearance and the dynamic of the facility to make it look more competitive.
Quincy hosted their first meet of the season and was able to show off all the upgrades done to the pool.
Because it just like lights a fire, like you are a part of QU swim team, and that it's a growing program and that we're only going to go up from here.
So future, we're looking to add in more competitive swim meets, whether they're at the collegiate level, but also, having access to the club programs and getting more swim lessons and, just exposure to competitive swimming in the Quincy area, not only at the collegiate level, but also at an age group level.
Even with the current installations, there's still more to look forward to. You can definitely tell that this team has a very bright future. Ohio State this week. The Hawks battled the Buckeyes with a hard-fought first set, only falling 25-21. Thane Fanflick rallied his team with a service ace and a nice trick shot over the net. Going into the second set, Ohio State took over, winning 25-13. On to the third set, senior Ian Lawson led the Hawks with 8 kills, but couldn't keep QU from falling 25-23 in the third set. As you can see, fans were excited to be there. This last set really does show what the Hawks brought to that game. The Hawks, now 0-1 in the MEVA Conference, look to play last year's runner-up, number 13 Lewis, this Friday at 7 p.m. in Pepsi Arena. Now to men's and women's basketball. The Lady Hawks are on a hot streak right now, and they don't intend to stop. As you can see, the team is shooting 42%, with Nikia Edom leading with 50%. The Hawks are ranked second in the GLVC West Division and are 18-2 overall, with 9-2 in conference. Now on to the men. As for the men, they too are making their mark on the year. As a team, they're shooting 38%, with Nate Desjardins leading with 43% total. They too are ranked second in the GLVC West Division, are 14-6 overall and 8-3 in conference. Both teams are looking to finish off the season strong and position themselves in the best spot possible for the playoffs. To finish, I want to congratulate the Quincy men's baseball team on ranking number 1 in the NCAA Division II Midwest Region poll. I'm sure we can expect an exciting year from this team. I'll be back next week with the latest in sports. Ryan?
Thanks, Carly. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Come support your Quincy University baseball team this season. The Hawks compete in the NCAA Division II Great Lakes Valley Conference. Cheer them on as they play for a conference and national championship.
Come see the new renovations at QU Stadium. The turf infield gives the Hawks a great playing surface.
Come out and have some fun and support the QU Hawks baseball team this season.
For more information on the QU Hawks baseball team, go to QUHawks.com and click on the Sports tab and select Baseball.
QUTV is more than a news outlet.
1 in 5 undergrads work at least 35 hours a week, year-round.
Students involved with QUTV learn life lessons, create lasting memories, and gain the experience needed to succeed in future careers. Students need to be involved with QUTV as a viewer or as a participant because we need to know what's going on around our campus. Knowledge is powerful, and QUTV News serves to inform not only the students, but the Quincy University community as a reliable and powerful news network.
This week's producer-picked video of the week goes to CNN's Jeremy Roth in his Take a Look at This segment.
A sea lion finds his way from the sea into a store, and golf meets basketball in an amazing halftime show putt gone viral.
Shoppers were surprised, to say the least, when a sea lion showed up in a La Jolla, California store. Video that just popped up on Facebook shows customers running into the still wet sea lion and reacting how most people react to weird stuff these days, by pulling out their cell phones to take pics. Owners at the Cave store say the animal must have climbed the 145-step staircase that leads from the shore to the store. With a little coaxing and some canned salmon, he was back to the sea in no time. So Duke won at Georgia Tech Tuesday night, but I'm not sure anyone will remember anything after halftime. That's when pro golfer and Tech alum Stuart Sink sank a 94-foot putt across the hardwood as part of the halftime show. The amazing shot won $25,000 for a lucky Georgia Tech student. Sink later tweeted saying, "I'm using this ball forever." A groundhog in North Carolina has chosen the Broncos to win the Super Bowl. I know what you're thinking. Finally, a real news story. Grady the Groundhog chose between 2 ears of corn representing the championship-bound teams, and he's going with Denver. Folks in Vegas can take that to the bank as Grady's Lock of the Week. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
On the topic of groundhogs, we mentioned earlier that Phil, the weather groundhog, did not see his shadow on Tuesday. Are you all ready for spring to come, or would you like to have winter for another 6 weeks?
I'm ready for the warm weather.
Yeah, definitely.
Lainey, how about you?
Yeah, I gotta say, I love warm weather. We could skip over all the snow and ice and debris and just go right into spring. I'm okay with that.
I have to agree. Living in the South for a couple years, I got used to it. And Carly, being from California, you got to be ready for the warm weather to come.
You have no idea.
Thank you all for joining us this week's episode of QU All Access. Remember to tune in online, on Facebook, or on Channel 97 on campus for more news anytime. For the entire All Access team, I'm Ryan Snyder.
And I'm Darek Lambert. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon, Hawks.